I'm Dan, I'm a handyman in Salisbury, and I've got two autistic sons with learning difficulties. My sons Jack and Josh are usually happy, sometimes not. They go to a special school with a swimming pool and all that, so they're quite happy there. I think the school has done well with the boys, without a doubt. If they'd have gone to a mainstream, they would have just been kicked out and got absolutely nowhere. So I think it's definitely helped them. Everything they do at school, they pretty much do at home as well. So just kind of teach them repetition and things, and just hopefully they'll learn some life skills and get through. They like lots of physical activities, kind of running, that sort of thing, especially my oldest, Joshua. I think that my boy's autism is quite severe compared with a lot of other kids, and they have like learning difficulties as well, which makes it more difficult for them. A lot of things you don't really notice, but then in other ways you do. So their abilities are quite low in a lot of things. They don't communicate well. Only one's got speech, which he's only had for about 2 years, and he's still just getting the hang of talking. Joshua first started the horse riding because he's the oldest, just when you go to somewhere and they have like pony rides and things, you know, just the little kind of 5-minute ones around a field or something. And he always kind of liked that. So then we just tried kind of riding with him. So me and him would both be on horses, and I'd just kind of ride next to him or behind. And my youngest didn't really want much to do with it for a long time. He can be quite funny about doing new things, so he didn't really want to get involved, especially when he saw us just walking round and round, because I don't think he had any interest in that. And then one time we went to kind of like a farm or an activity place when we was on holiday. He stayed with his mum in the like park bit, and me and Joshua went off on horses, but he was watching, and I think he thought because we'd actually gone off and done something different, he showed a bit more interest. So we just tried it with him as well, and now it's just an every fortnight thing. So we just kind of found one in the area that we travel at weekends, and made sure it was one you didn't have to go onto the roads before you ride, because some of you come out and have to cross over and stuff. And that's what kind of attracted us to that place. And funny enough, one of the women there, her nephew, was very severe autistic, and I think he's deaf and blind as well. A lot of problems. So lucky she was there, because she had an understanding of autism. Because on the first time we went there, I think that all the staff just went into shock, because my youngest just kicked right off, and my oldest was crying as soon as he heard him kicking off. So we probably looked like nightmare customers, really. But like I say, luckily someone there had some kind of experience of autism. Glen Eagles was just a random place, really. Like I say, I think I literally just Googled horse riding in Hampshire, and it came up where that one was, right next door to Itchen Valley Country Park. And that's where you actually walk. So you walk on private bridleways through there. Like I say, so you never hit a road or anything like that. And to be honest, I'm a bit of a believer in what's meant to be. And I think that woman being there, Jodie, the woman I was saying about, I think we was kind of meant to meet, if you know what I mean, only on a friendly basis, you know. I think that just the time was right. Funny enough, she just lost her sister, who was the mum of the autistic nephew. So she needed to kind of talk as well. So it was just kind of meant to be, I think. We just carry on going there now. All the staff are good. It's just a nice place, really. So, and like I say, the boys are settled there now. So it just makes things so easy that they know what they're doing. I'd seen a few bits and bobs on Facebook and online, stories of people who did have luck with horses and dogs and that sort of thing. And we always had dogs and a cat in the first off. We'd had all sorts of pets, really, rabbits, guinea pigs, all that sort of thing, fish in their rooms. The dogs really got the most interest, but not to a huge point, not like some levels you get. I mean, I've seen kids that have like an ability dog or whatever, and they have them with them all the time, and they hug them and things. My boys weren't really like that. And they're not actually like that with horses, but every time they get on or get off, then we always stroke the horse. But it's just something that they've always been taught. And when they go home, they stroke their dog. But they don't actually put in a huge amount of time kind of playing with the dog, or, you know, they'll throw a ball for a little while, but I don't think it's enough of an activity for their brain to occupy them, you know. The rabbits and things like that, they weren't really interested at all. Fish they'll watch for a little while, but not for long. They'll rather be watching the telly, I think. But I think horses is just more fun. I think there's quite a few charities that kind of help with that sort of thing, and some actually just specialist places that are riding school kind of charity based. So it does seem to be happening, and my boys get the opportunity through the school as well. So at different seasons of the year they do different things. There's somebody hooks them up with boats, sailing boats at Pawesome, and up on Portsdown Hill there's an RDA riding school. So they get to go there, and they do it for like 3 months, and then they're changed to the next thing for 3 months. So they're very lucky. But I think that there's quite a waiting list, I think, for riding for the disabled. I'm not sure, and I think it's kind of limited how many times you can go and that sort of thing, because obviously funding isn't endless. I don't actually take any funding, I just pay for it myself. I just think it seems the easiest way, and if I'm not in a position that I need for them to pay for it, it don't seem right to take it. So we don't really get involved in any respite or, you know, holiday payments or anything like that, really. My boys, they just love the riding and they love feeling free. I assume most kids feel the same. And when someone's disabled, I'm assuming it's more expensive to do. You need different equipment. Certain horses are more suited than others to RDA. I think it'd be good to have more funding in that area, definitely. Even for just the calming effect, because so many of the autistic kids seem to be really hypo, or they can't relax. But as soon as they're on a horse, they're relaxed. And I've seen it with so many of the other kids that go there. It's exactly the same. I mean, like I say, my friend Jodie and her nephew, he's autistic, he's blind, he's got learning difficulties, he can't hear, and he's the same. He'll get on the horse and he'll go from being all agitated and jumpy to just sitting and relaxing, and he knows where he's going to walk. It's a very simple theory to ride a horse, so I think they understand it well. I don't need a massive load of instructions. So really, maybe if there was more money, then all kids could have a try and see how they get on with it. Some kids get on much better than others. I think I've seen on Facebook, there's like a lad, one of his parents must put the page on, he's like, they call him Horse Whisperer or something. And he just loves them, and he's getting on really well. So I think it's time to find out, just put the money in and see how many kids we can get doing it, really.